Oh no, my young director. I'm afraid it is you who are mistaken about a great many things. Yes, the failed Star Wars movie. By now you must realize this Star Wars movie can never be canon, and so will it be with your new trilogy. Hello there, I hope you're doing great, and welcome back to another Skyman universe video where we discuss another hot Star Wars topic. Or maybe not so hot, but this has been bugging me something chronic at the moment. So I expect by now you probably heard about the Rian Johnson backlash with YouTuber Mike Zero. Mike Zero, of course, is a Star Wars channel. He puts out a lot of speculation videos and things and like rumors concerning latest Star Wars films, and expresses opinions, but he never says anything set in stone. It's all speculation and rumors. That's his channel. It's a very nice Star Wars channel. I've always watched it. I've been very fond of the chap. He's a nice person who makes Star Wars videos. Never got involved with anything, never malicious about Star Wars, just a genuine nice guy. And then this tweet appears from Rian Johnson. He gets caught up with Mike Zero. So this is what I think about this. So Rian Johnson tweeted, and I can't believe he tweeted this: you've got to stoop down to something low to start attacking fans like this. It really is just, it sums Rian Johnson up as a person and as a director, and why he shouldn't be involved with Star Wars completely. So he said, because he always does a stupid laugh. Wait, ha 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 ha. This is all because of Zero. Ha 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 ha, in capital letters. So, like, it's already, you get the impression like he's trolling whoever he's replying to. And it's just that approach of sarcasm against the fans, and he's like retaliating with like this moral high ground. I just don't understand it. I can't understand it. So when we were in production, we had a guy keeping an eye on online rumors. At some point, we started using Zero as a verb. Now, first thing, I read the rest of these tweets, and he said they hired out someone to actually give out wrong information from Lucasfilm and look at rumors. Like, someone's being hired for this. Like, what the friggin' hell? How can that even be a job at Lucasfilm? Like, to misdirect and stuff, I think that's just pathetic. Pathetic way to go about keeping rumors to yourself, like trying to keep everything a secret. Like, if you're doing that, you should make sure everything's closed on set. Like, you should be doing more within the set to keep everything tight. George Lucas and Irving Kershner and Mark Hamill managed to do it when they said Darth Vader's Luke's father. So why can't the same thing happen here if there's something they're trying to like keep information to themselves? But the thing is, what information were they keeping to themselves? Like, what rumors were they trying to stop from being spread with Star Wars The Last Jedi? Like, it was so rubbish. There was nothing in there even remotely close to Luke, I'm your father. There was no surprise. They were junkers, they're dead, they're garbage. You know, there was no Rey's parents, there was no Snoke surprise, there was nothing. So what rumors would you want to start spreading? Maybe that person that Rian Johnson hired to spread the rumors, maybe he's hired him to spread rumors, false rumors about how Rey's parents are revealed in The Last Jedi to draw in the audience. So when you actually see it, it subverts your expectations, and then you're utterly disappointed. But at least it got you there, and that's the only reason why I assume that person was hired. Because why would you even bother hiring someone just to give out false rumors? It's just so pathetic. Like, I can't help but think at the back of my mind that this person is a director. He is directing a Star Wars movie. He has directed a Star Wars movie, the worst Star Wars movie, and he's continued to be allowed to have this trilogy in production. Like, what the freaking hell? Like, it gets worse. Let's continue to this because it's just so bad. Like, when I saw it, So we hired a guy, keeping an eye on online rumors. At some point, we started using zero, as in Mike Zero, as a verb, like throws trash in a basket, but it slips out of your hand and falls behind you. Zeroed it. Like, my goodness. When I read that, I literally had no words. Like, what a pathetic individual that they had to actually segregate, like, a nice person, a loyal Star Wars fan as well. This is a thing, another example of Lucasfilm, the current Lucasfilm, attacking Star Wars fans. Their fan base, people who show a genuine interest, who spend all their lives committing to Star Wars, thinking about Star Wars, enjoying it, buying stuff, buying products from them. And this is the way they treat the fans. And Mike Zero is a super fan. Like, he makes these videos daily. Why on earth would Rian Johnson feel the need to pick on Mike Zero? It's just, this is the kind of behavior which I think is at the lowest of the low. And the fact that this was happened, I think he deleted his tweet, but the fact is, like, everyone screenshot it, and when I saw it, I screenshot it as well, just in case I wanted to make a video on it. Which in fact I did. I don't know who at Lucasfilm said something. If someone said something to Rian Johnson, said, "You've got to take that tweet down, man, that's bad." But, like, why didn't he think before he wrote that tweet? Why is he engaging like this with the fans? Could you even imagine, right, George Lucas sitting there and on Twitter replying to fans, like replying to all the people who criticize his work? No, he gets on with his life. He creates more Star Wars things. He comes up with new ideas, and he creates this expansive Star Wars universe, a masterpiece. Can you imagine Peter Jackson doing the same thing, alienating Lord of the Rings fan base, coming up with sarcastic comments back and making them feel bad and belittling them? No, he wouldn't do that. He was respectful to his fans. He said repeatedly, without the fans, we couldn't have done this, along with the Hobbit trilogy. Like, you just wouldn't take that approach with the fan base. Yet, why the hell is Star Wars doing this? Like, Star Wars has always been the leaders in this sort of, in the franchise thing, for me anyway, in the movie business. They've always managed to set the bar, and others have followed it. Visual effects, things like that, music, for the Star Wars films with John Williams, etc. And it's like, ever since George Lucas has left and Kathleen Kennedy has been charged, I'd like to say it's Disney, but I just kind of feel like it's not even Disney that's doing this. I can't imagine them doing this on the MCU and attacking fans like this. So why is it allowed in Star Wars? Like, Kathleen Kennedy has got I just assume it's just given Rian Johnson free reign over pretty much anything. And the fact that he's so heavily involved disturbs me greatly, like, so badly. The fact that a director of a Star Wars movie, and a director who's supposedly meant to be directing more Star Wars movies, we get onto that very shortly, he is attacking loyal Star Wars fans like you and me. If you insult a YouTuber, you insult a Star Wars YouTube channel, then you pretty much insult all the Star Wars YouTube channels which are about. And that just shows a lack of communication between those at Lucasfilm and Star Wars channels. And it's free advertising for Star Wars. The whole time, speculation videos, trailer reactions, anything to do with Star Wars, that's free for Lucasfilm, because it gets the word out for their films and everything that could potentially happen in the film and in the story. So with that in mind, and them getting all this attention from YouTubers, why would they allow a director to attack a fan like this? Why would he even have that in his head? Like, what happened when he was sitting there like, all right, so I'm going to make this guy feel extremely bad right now. He's never said anything nasty about me, but he's always made Star Wars channels daily. He's come up with all these speculation videos. You know, he seems to be having fun. He's got people interested in his channel and watch his videos. But to us, his channel is trash. So I'm going to trash him in this tweet and say we zeroed it, like, treated it like a piece of trash. Like, in the trash can, it's been Mike Zero. Like, what the hell? Like, my goodness, just no, on so many levels, no. I just think, what the hell is going on with Lucasfilm right now? Like, what the freaking hell? What the hell has happened with the future of Star Wars, I feel like it's really quiet there at the moment. Like, things are coming out like Clone Wars, but I feel like the overall atmosphere is extremely tense, quiet. No one really knows what's going on. We're all speculating, as Rian Johnson would say. Is he going to get his trilogy? Why would you allow this director who doesn't support the fans, doesn't admit that he's wrong or anything, doesn't admit that he's upset more than over half the Star Wars fan base and split them in half, or more than half, and the majority of people didn't like his film. In his head, I feel like he thinks The Last Jedi was a masterpiece, and subverting expectations and doing the complete opposite was the best route to go for every potential storyline which could have amounted to something and led on to episode 9. No, he created a standalone movie which was so anticlimactic and full of moments like, what the fudge, like, but not as in a shock way, as in, what the fudge, why have you just done that? Oh dear, oh no, oh. Then by the end, when you're sitting in the cinema and you just realize what the hell just happened there, and you had to contemplate what happened, like, how the hell is this guy able to direct more Star Wars movies? No Star Wars director has created a Star Wars movie that has done this to the Star Wars fan base, and repeatedly doing things like this to alienating Star Wars fans as well. You're going to lose even more Star Wars fans. So what point do Lucasfilm feel like the Star Wars fans are going to go and watch Rian Johnson's Star Wars movies? Why would they do that? If anything, they'll get about 50% of Star Wars fans going to watch it. They would heavily advertise it, saying something new, something this, something that, and you've never seen this before. But we don't want to see it. That's the thing. Rian Johnson clearly is adamantly clear that he does not understand Star Wars. He doesn't understand the mythology, he doesn't understand the characters, he doesn't understand George Lucas's universe. This has been apparent in The Last Jedi, and the fact that he's going to come up with new original ideas and storylines and characters in this Star Wars universe. Like, how could he make this Star Wars universe seem any bigger when The Last Jedi, he made the Star Wars universe seem so small and tiny and insignificant, like there was nothing there left. And you felt that in the audience, like, as whilst you're watching it and experiencing it, when the Resistance felt on their own and there was no mention of any other systems helping or no one turning up to help fight the First Order, which would have been great, by the way, if some people, like segments of the Republic, but I suppose we're led to believe that the First Order had taken over everything in between Force Awakens and The Last Jedi, even though the Starkiller base got destroyed and there was like no time in between the movies. So in that space of time, the Republic has fallen, everything's First Order now. Like, what the hell? That's just bloody confusing. How on earth we're meant to believe that, I don't know. But if someone appeared at the end of The Last Jedi, like, oh my goodness, it's the Mon Calamaris, they've come down, and then use Admiral Akbar to come and then help the Resistance on Crate, to help them escape, and then join a Mon Calamari secret space fleet somewhere, then there's sort of hope for the Resistance and rebellion, and you could see it's kind of an Empire Strikes Back ending where they've lost everything, but then there's something, they all go back to Rebel Fleet, and then you've got the Rebel Fleet together now, so that leads on to episode 9, episode 6, so the same thing could have happened with episode 9. Admiral Akbar could have come along, escaped from the Republic, brought the Mon Calamari fleet, and then he could have helped Leia escape. That could have been climactic. That could have been a great appearance for Admiral Akbar. Like, why didn't they use something like that? That could have been a really special moment. It's just, I've just thought that up now. Like, it doesn't take much to think up cool ideas and how to integrate original Star Wars characters content with new Star Wars movies. It doesn't take much. It really doesn't take much coming up with good ideas.
This is Admiral Akbar. We hear you. Concentrate, Rian, shield.
May the Force be with us.
Yet this director, who's so-called great at writing and subverting expectations and doing things which the audience loves, which he clearly doesn't. He just doesn't do that. He is paid to direct these Star Wars movies, and he is paid to make 3 new Star Wars movies. This person who came up with all these terrible decisions in The Last Jedi, he is making 3 Star Wars movies, a Star Wars story. Like, I have no interest in that whatsoever, and I'm pretty sure that you're probably feeling the same, that you have no interest. I think the only interest you'd have is knowing how, I don't want to say how bad it is. It could, like, I would like to think he was capable of making something great, but I wouldn't want him to have the opportunity anyway because of what we did with The Last Jedi. But just to see it and think, oh my goodness, this is just not Star Wars and you haven't understood it. And to be told in that way that hardly anyone goes to watch it, and then Lucasfilm finally get a wake-up call. I've said it many times, I feel Dave Filoni would make the perfect head of Lucasfilm. He doesn't have to deal with all the business side, someone else could do that, but all the story decisions, Dave Filoni was trained firsthand by George Lucas. He understands George Lucas' mind, his way of thinking. I feel like Dave Filoni is the closest thing we've got to George Lucas, but Dave Filoni is he's with the fans. He understands them. He's an incredibly nice person. He's very thoughtful about what the fans want. And this is apparent in so many interviews and everything. To me, I've always been a massive fan of him. He's a great guy and he delivers great Star Wars things. I feel like maybe he was forced to do Star Wars Resistance. I'm sure we'll get onto that because I did do a trailer reaction of that. But yeah, he's the perfect candidate to take over Lucasfilm. So when that happens, what the hell is happening with Kathleen Kennedy? I do not know. What the hell is happening with Rian Johnson and his new Star Wars trilogy? I do not know. But the main thing is the fact that he's attacked Mike Zero, a fellow YouTuber, someone who's passionate about Star Wars. You attack him, you attack all the Star Wars channels. You know, it's just, I don't see how it can be allowed from Lucasfilm and how they're not picking up on things like this. And even just say, Rian Johnson, you can't do this. These are our fans. This is our loyal fan base. You shouldn't be saying things like this. Like, actually give him a genuine warning. Like, don't just say, oh, take that tweet away, and then he'll carry on doing more. Say, if you do that again, like, you can't be a part of this universe. Like, you have to accept everyone in it. Like, if someone loved The Last Jedi, actually met someone the other day when I was shopping, and if you're watching this, hello. But I asked him, I was like, what did you think about The Last Jedi? And he said he liked it. It was different and something new. I didn't hate the guy for disliking it. It was nice to see that someone actually liked it. But I embrace all Star Wars fans, whether you like it or hate it, certain things. You're still a Star Wars fan, which makes you my friend because you like Star Wars. But if I was Rian Johnson and you dislike something which I liked, then we've got a problem. And I sure as hell going to start attacking you about various things that you don't like and express my unwanted opinions on you. I could keep going on this. I must apologize. I feel very passionate about how this whole thing has escalated. I know a lot of people covered it and I've been keeping an eye on things and just hoping that there's some big news from Lucasfilm, like that was the icing on the cake or something, and then they'll be like, oh, sorry, Ryan, because of that, you don't have your trilogy. But I don't know how they're going to do it. If they're going to give him his trilogy and just keep quiet and just let him do his thing, or they're just saying, yeah, he's doing it, but just telling the public, and then waiting maybe for Kenobi to come out or something when the attention is drawn onto something else, and then they say, oh, Rian Johnson's not doing his trilogy, or it would just fade out or something. I don't know. I just can't understand how this person who clearly doesn't like Star Wars fans who disagree with him, how he's making a Star Wars film. And so many things, like the statistics show from The Last Jedi, this person is not the correct candidate for making a Star Wars story. That is from a statistic point of view, like, and also what we've seen on so many things so far with Lucasfilm. But yeah, like I said, I keep going on with this, so I will leave it there. I hope you enjoyed this. If you haven't subscribed to Skyman Universe already, then subscribe and join our growing Star Wars channel. It's great to see all your comments. Don't forget to comment. And I love reading through them all and seeing the Star Wars community all down below. It's so great. I'd love to know what your thoughts were about this whole Mike Zero, Rian Johnson situation. Is he going to get his Star Wars trilogy? I can only pray to the Force Ghost that he is not, or to George Lucas. George Lucas needs to be involved in Star Wars again. Why can't he just make Star Wars movies with, I don't know, old Star Wars writers or something? I don't know. We need George Lucas. Bring him back. Let him buy the company back, but for half the price, so he's made a profit. But yeah, I hope you enjoy this, and I'll be seeing you again next time. And remember, the Force will be with you always.